Hello, my name is Paul. In previous videos I showed you how a church is run, how to cure poverty, the Sabbath, obviously the health message variety of the gospel. But there's something still lacking in the churches today. True worship from the heart. The churches are not worshiping the Most High Abba by the way they should be worshipping Him. I'm going to tell you why. We don't come with passion and enthusiasm as what we should. And we look at all churches. So really I had to go find another organisation which worships their God the right way, and I found it through sport. I'm not saying you should be in competitive sports, right? I'm not saying it, but I want to use sports as an illustration, a parable, if you will, so to show you how we are to worship the Most High. Here are some cars with country flags. This could be a car race. They could be going down to the football to watch their team, or even it may not be their country they're following. Maybe it's a local football club or basketball club or something. But you see, these sports fanatics have got it right of how to of sincerity and love for their game. They have more love for their game than we do for the Most High Abba. Look at these people supporting their club or whatever sports team they follow, whether it be an international or a local football club. But you'll see they're smiling, they're singing songs, they're cheering. They're not doing it because they're sucking up to their gods because they don't want to go to hell forever. They're doing it because they love their team and they're having a good time. And you see the mateship between these people here. They're actually singing from the heart. They're singing true love. This is a sports game, and they love their sport more than we love our God. You see, it doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it be international, for your team, for your country, for your local football club, or whatever sport you follow, you'll see that these supporters sing from the heart. They'll start at the end of the game, when the game's won, they'll jump up for joy and they'll punch the air. They'll have big smiles on their faces and they will start celebrating. They'll sing their songs to their club with great joy and great enthusiasm, great love. We as servants of the Most High don't have that. Unlike the sports fanatics have a goal, and that's to win the game and obviously become the greatest team for the year, win the championship. For us as servants of the Most High, we have no goals. Many of us who go to church follow God because we don't want to go to hell. That's the only reason why. Or because our parents went. There's no love, there's no enthusiasm, there's a lack of love for the Most High. But you look at the sports fanatics with their God, the sport, they actually have it right. Not saying we should follow sport, but what I am saying is, you watch this next time you watch sport on television, watch the crowds, especially when the game's on. Watch the crowds celebrating. Even if you go to a sport event, like walk down the middle of a city at a local sport event, you watch the people. You'll find different enemies buying each other beer. We're not saying we should drink beer, but they buy each other drinks. They'll hug each other. They'll talk about how they love their game, and they'll start talking about their club. And when the game's on, they become total enemies, but yet they'll support their club. They will yell, they'll scream, and when they get on top and they win, they start jumping for joy and they sing in songs. We as servants of the Most High God have a greater message. We can actually cure cancer. We can beat diseases. We stop poverty. We've got so much great message. We can stop divorce. We can actually help our young people become best of what they can be. We've got the best message. Our Abba, our God, is a greater master than anyone else has ever seen. We can run this world much better, and yet we don't have any joy for Most High Abba's or His commandments. We don't appreciate His commandments, yet we've got a better message. We can beat sin. We can do so much better and find a better way for sin by obeying the Most High Abba. And instead we do what our church pastor says. That's not right. And yet the sports fanatics at the local sports ground, their goal is not to preach the gospel and help people. Their goal is to unite as one and get the victory over the other sports club. And when they do that, they celebrate. They celebrate like we should be celebrating when we've got the right message. We should be celebrating every time we get a victory over a cancer, every time we cure someone for cancer through the health message, or we stop a divorce from happening, we get a husband and wife back together, or we get help our parents bring their children into line and work with them, or whatever great victory we have, we should be jumping for joy and say, yep, our God has done it for us. Our God's commandments have helped us be a great person of society. We're great role models. When your kids rise up and become great model citizens of society because you taught them about God's commandments from a young age, you should jump for joy and say, yes, I've done a great job. Use my God's commandments, and thanks to my God, I've got great children. And yet we don't do that. We sing a few songs once a week, and for the rest of the days we live a worldly life. That's the difference between a sports fanatic and the servants of the Most High. We don't have the right message. But today, through the spirit of prophecy, I'm bringing the right message back in order, that we can bring this earth into love and compassion. We can beat diseases, we can restore marriages, we can bring the children to the fathers through the spirit of prophecy, and reunite husbands and wives, children and parents, husbands and sons, so that we can all live happily ever after. And we've got a greater message, and we can beat sin, and yet we don't do it, and we don't have the same passion as what sports fanatics do for their sport sports.